Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for Queen Sugar. So before I get started, speaking of Queen Sugar, head on over to playpits.com and pick up some Queen deodorant. Now, this is not the deodorant. I'm only showing y'all this because I was one of the lucky ones to be able to participate and grab up some of these Play Pit boxes before they were gone. She ended up doing 2 different batches of it, and this is a hand and body butter, and it smells exactly like Queen the deodorant. And like I told y'all before, for those of y'all who've been here, y'all already know, but those of y'all who are new, the deodorant. I literally never in my entire life have been able to wear deodorant until I've worn this stuff. Now, before that, I got sick of everything, and I just got sick of walking around literally musty. Like, I'm just being real with y'all, just being 100% real. And I just started wearing my own little, mixture of stuff, and I have been funk free for the last 10 to 12 years, and I am so happy about it. But yeah, y'all, head on over to Playpits, PLAYPITS.com, and pick up some deodorant. I think she does actually have a few boxes left, but of the Sunshine, SONSHINE, and maybe a few of the King. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up because I got my box and I live for it. But yeah, this stuff feels so good, y'all. I have a body scrub that I will be using in the summertime. This was filled to the brim, so I haven't even begun to put a real dent in it. I am starting on my second container of deodorant, and y'all don't understand. I just can't. And I mean, I test it out all the time. It's like, because of the failed attempts at using deodorant, I've just been like, oh, let me still check. And I still check myself. And I mean, I be doing the most at work, and then I come home and I still smell fresh. I cannot believe it. So I'm trying to tell y'all, they have other fragrances, but Queen is for women, King is for men, even though she has actually stated that she prefers King. And I mean, I don't know how King smells. I've only been buying Queen, but I'm literally about to buy 4 more so I can be already loaded up. It usually takes a week for me to get my stuff. It comes out of Georgia. It is a Black-owned business that I put a spotlight on in February, and I am so glad that it just came up out of nowhere. And I was like, deodorant? What is this? Like, what? But yeah, stuff smells amazing. It feels amazing. The deodorant, I don't have any irritation. I don't have any issues with it. And I figured I would just, plug them. No, I'm not getting paid for anything. I have not gotten paid for anything. I have been paying for every single thing that I have gotten from them outside of the trial of the Love. And I don't remember if I gave y'all an update on that or not, but Love does not work for me. I think that Love, because it's one that she's trying to do that has no baking soda in it, I think Love has arrowroot in it, and I'm going to have to ask them directly. But it does not work. And that actually was one of the things that I was going to try out once I started making my own mixtures, long before I ever used this product. But yeah, whatever it is, it literally made me go all the way back to day one of funk. Like, no. I was like, oh no. Oh no. And then my underarms have been detoxed for years. Like, literally, the mixture that I was putting on my arms continuously stayed detoxed. So it wasn't a matter of, okay, you're going to be funky for a few days and then your body's going to get used to it because it's detoxing. No, it wasn't that. So anyway, y'all, again, head on over to playpits.com. You can go and visit her on Instagram under Playpits or Mrs. Playpits, because she has 2 Instagrams, but of course the Playpits is the business side of things. Before somebody asks me, because I do have people ask me all the time, the lipstick that I am wearing is this LA Colors Lip Duo. I don't remember when I got this or where. I know it's been months upon months, at least possibly years ago. But I just cracked it open. The bottom, it's like a lip moisturizer. It's basically clear. And then on top of it, I put the lipstick. and my lips don't feel sticky or anything like that. So yeah, I just wanted to put it on so I could have another shade of pink outside of the one that I had on the other day, but not really heavy. So hopefully that works. Anyway, y'all, now that I got the business out of the way, let's get into this recap review. So the show started with Darla and Ralph Angel on the land outside on the porch, and they're discussing the wedding, and the wedding is about to happen like Neil. Like it's about to happen, like within 24 hours. Like don't nobody had on notice. Like they setting it off. So they looking out, and Darla's like, well, we'll be right here, and we'll have everybody facing the land. And he over here talking about he about to build a trellis. I'm like, boy, you doing the most. She was like, well, do you think we're going to have time for that? He was like, for our wedding? Yeah. So, they having their little moment. So then they show all three of them, meaning Ralph Angel, Darla, and Blue in the house. And they're talking to him. Darla's talking to him and letting him know that, there's a tradition that goes along with getting married that they are going to follow, and the bride needs 4 things near her at all times in order for the marriage to prosper and flourish. And so he's trying to figure out, what are those things? And it is something old, something new, something borrowed. And they repeated all of those. And then he looking at them like, what's the 4th thing though? And of course, the last thing is something blue. And so he was like, you already have something blue, because, that's him. And, he is very, very excited about the wedding, and like, it is an amazing time for them. So Hollywood is back home in Baton Rouge, getting everything squared away with his mama. He can't provide a proper burial, so he's just getting a lot of belongings and things put up somewhere. I think he's gonna bring some of the stuff back to their house, but he's having a funeral, but it's not a formal funeral. And Vi is like, I wish I could come because she deserves a proper funeral. And he was like, well, you already know they telling me we can't do none of that. So y'all, I tell y'all what, man, Violet gave him some encouraging words, because he is very much aware that the wedding is about to happen. And so he was like, let them know that I won't be able to attend. And so she was like, they understand, they know your heart. Everybody know Hollywood gonna be there. Everybody know he gonna be there. Like, he is pretty much the life of the party. Like, we already know that if he could, he would be there. But she had to let him know, like, they know. Ralph Angel already know, you ain't gotta, say all of that. But she encouraged him to be knowledgeable that his mother did everything she was supposed to do while she was down here, and that God accepted her. And he said, servant well done. And you can tell that he was very calm and encouraged by her words. And I just thought it was so beautiful. Like, I love Black love. I love when people are really there and encouraging one another. It is so beautiful. I'm so happy for them being together, finally, legally. Nova is at home, and she is actually going through some old photos of her and Ralph Angel, and just looking through just basic family photos as a whole. We see a picture of their daddy and mama together and all of that. Of course, she wishes that they could be there to see him and celebrate him for this special occasion, but they are both deceased. Y'all, Calvin is there, and because of the past, that everything that happened with Nova and how everything went between her and Darla in the past, she kind of feels some type of way, but she just wants her to know that she is welcoming her into their family and all of that, and she really wants everything to go well for them as a couple. And so Calvin is encouraging her and telling her, they know how it's gonna be. They know that, you mean well, and that, things happen and it'll be okay. Bygones will be bygones. Y'all, Ralph Angel at the house, he just set it all the way off. The trellis is almost done. Like, he's putting up the last part of it. I'm looking like, wait a minute, y'all, he had me like think of my daddy real quick, because my dad is a jack of all trades. My daddy has built so many different things outside of the house and other people's houses or whatever, y'all. And it just amazes me. When I saw that trellis, I was like, wait a minute. Got the audacity to look real good and professional at the last second. Like, he set it off for this wedding. I'm like, you better do that. Like, he really reminds me of my daddy. Like, my daddy would do something like that. And like, my parents, they did their own wedding. Like, my mama, she baked the cakes and all that because she's a baker and all that. And you know, they just had it at my mother's community center in the area that she lived in and all that stuff. Like, I mean, it was a family affair. It was awesome, and it was just surrounded by love. And I feel like that's the way that this wedding is going to be. It is just I feel like it's going to be amazing. Everybody has to wear yellow and all that good stuff. Y'all, Charlie done called over to the house while they out there talking, and while he's, you know, putting the trellis together, excuse me. And, you know, she was like, I'll be over in an hour and all that. Blue done had to relay a message because she on the phone, and, you know, she gonna have to eventually come to the phone. So Charlie gets there, and she was like, I know it's last minute and it's like same day wedding, but I feel like we need to do things right. And so she's making it seem like some furniture is going to be rented so that people can have some seating outside of the seating that they're going to provide, which is bringing the couches and stuff out of the house and sitting them outside. So she done pulled the computer out and the laptop out, and she done opened it up. Y'all, it is a virtual bachelorette party or whatever you want to call it. And guess who was on it? Guess who was on the Zoom? Who was on the video chat? Nova, Violet, and Darla's mama. Now, Darla was very, you know, kind of, you know, sad because it was so last minute that her mama was told that she would not be able to just, you know, pop up and be able to be there and all that. So she's able to celebrate in this way. She told her that she was happy for her and wanted to know how Blue is doing, and everybody's wondering how he's doing in school. She has actually had him tested to see if he has some specialness going on with him, see how smart he is. And Vi was like, girl, you could have saved your time and money on that. I could have told you that. You know, so everybody, you know, is, you know, pumping him up, talking about how smart he is. And I mean, she done put a sash on this girl and everything. They done set it off. Like, everybody, you know, has a party hat, like all the little stuff on. Looking good for the virtual party. Gave her encouraging words, and everybody is like, look, we are happy to have you to be a part of the Bordelon family. So you're going to do fine. It's going to be amazing. We love you. So I'm glad that her mama got to enjoy in that way, at least, because she was sad that her mama ain't going to be there. Unless they tricking her and she really is going to be on the way, but I don't think she is. I'll be shocked if she is. So today, the day of the wedding, is the same day that Hollywood is going to be spreading his mama's ashes. And, you know, that was a request that she always wanted. She wanted to be cremated. So that, you know, for a lot of people, that's a hard pill to swallow. I know my mama, she wanted to have a closed casket service. So whenever that time comes, I'm just like, ugh. We gonna respect her wishes, but yeah. Like, people want what they want. So it is what it is. And, you know, she wants to be spread over this lake that she and Hollywood used to go to all the time. He said when he got there that was like the most calm the lake has ever been. And it was as if the lake was waiting for them to get there. So he is on the phone with Ralph Angel, and Ralph Angel is, you know, of course, giving him all of his condolences. And he was saying, you know, no matter what, you are still my best man, even if you can't make it here in time. And he was like, I appreciate that. Like, they are really, like, to me, they are like best friends. Like, I used to watch them. I'm like, for that to be your uncle, basically, he done married into the family, that's your uncle. He more like your brother, honey. And I mean, I know he's younger than Violet, but I'm just saying their relationship is so beautiful. Like, so yeah. You know, of course, he, you know, sends his well wishes, and he seems like he's really, really into it. Y'all, when they had that moment when they were just talking, and he was talking about how happy he was for Ralph Angel and Darla. I don't know why, but my mind went back to that day when Hollywood saw Darla in a terrible state, and he didn't know what was going on, and he rescued her. Like, y'all, I teared up at everything. I was like, let me get on down this road and continue to watch this show, because it just told my nerves up again. Like, that season did the most when we saw all the stuff that happened to Darla. Man, Darla been all the way through. So yeah, y'all. But yeah, I'm hoping that at least he will be able to pop up like at the end while they eating and drinking and celebrating and all that, even if he can't be there for the nuptials, because Hollywood is really like the life of the party for real. Hollywood is everything. So yeah, that conversation was beautiful. So Charlie and Ralph Angel are talking, and he was like, I just got off the phone with Hollywood. He might not be able to make it. And so, you know, I ain't going to have a best man. That's not the worst thing in the world, right? So she was like, well, you know, maybe you don't have to be without a best man. Would you consider Micah? Micah looks at you more like an older brother than his cousin. So, you know, I mean, nephew. So what do you think about that? And so he was like, you know, you got some good ideas in that big head of yours. Man, they ended up having a contest against one another. Apparently they used to run and race one another back in the day. And he was like, I mean, they was talking trash to one another. He was like, well, you know where you can meet me. You know where to meet me. So they went and squared up, and they took off. And Charlie looked like she was about to win, but he came up and closed up the gap and won. And so she was like, you know what? All right, yeah, I admit it. Consider this to be your wedding gift. That whole, I don't know why, that scene had me smiling from ear to ear. Like, I am so here for it. And at the end of it, she told him that she loves him, and he said that he loves her too. So I'm like, y'all better do this. Y'all better do all of this. Y'all, I'm excited. I just saw something. But anyway, this episode is, y'all, I'm sorry for smiling so big. This episode is so beautiful. Okay, so anyway, Micah and Charlie are talking, and he is going to be the best man. And he has nothing yellow. So yeah, he's doing the best he can. Ultimately, y'all, this boy has a big old, he had a rope chain that's like gold, and that's the best he gonna do. I was done when he came in with that on. But anyway, Charlie found a little dress that has yellow in it. Well, it's yellow, excuse me. And they're talking, and of course he's nervous, and he wants to know if, you know, he'll really be able to do a good job, and he wants to make sure that everything goes well, and didn't know what the best man was supposed to do. And she's just trying to get him to understand, like, it's gonna be all right, don't worry about it. So Micah went over to the house where, you know, of course, where the wedding is gonna be at the Bordelot house, and he's talking to his little cousin and his uncle and all of that, and it told him that he looked good, and he tried to act like he lost the ring, and Ralph Angel got nervous for a minute, and Blue was in on it too. I used to love how Micah and Blue's relationship was. Like, they were the cutest cousins. Like, I miss how innocent my relationship was with a lot of my first cousins, because it's basically non-existent now with a lot of them. And it's just some unfortunate situations that have nothing to do with me. It's just them. So it is what it is. You got to accept it. I pray for them and go on with my life. But yeah, I missed it. I mean, their relationship was so beautiful when they were really, really small. But yeah, so they doing what they doing. Darla and Charlie are talking, and Nova has sent ahead something old for Darla, and y'all, it's so beautiful. It is it's a little old box, an old wooden box that has letters in it. And the letter, well, it's a prayer that Ralph Angel's mama Trudy wrote out for Ralph Angel. And she was so happy. She said that he was an angel, didn't think that she would ever have a boy and be blessed with him. And in the prayer, she was saying that she hopes that Ralph Angel finds a love like the love that she has with his father. Like, you know, it was so beautiful. And I think that the flowers that were placed on the letter were the flowers that Trudy loved, and her body has been growing. Has been growing around her body and all that. If I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know down in the comment section if that's what it is or not. I really do think that's some of the flowers that she loved that were only in specific parts, in certain areas on the land. But anyway, it was so beautiful. I'm like, y'all better do that. But anyway, let me get back to this part so I can come back and be gushing even more. Y'all, it's wedding time. So right before the wedding started, everybody was like, oh my gosh, Ralph Angel looks so handsome. Nova was like, I don't think he ever looked this so beautiful in all of our lives. And so she was like, oh, and he looks really nice too, or something she said. And I was like, I know not. Y'all, Hollywood just set it off and he done showed up. I was like, you better come through. Y'all, I was squealing and some more. I can't help it. But yeah, I got my entire life. I was like, Hollywood, you better come through. It was looking all good and things. Man, Violet turned around. Man, y'all could have bought her for a penny. Do you hear me? You could have bought Violet for a penny when that man showed up. Nobody was expecting to see him. And so he was like, you know, life goes on, right? You got to keep living. So he there, and he know his role is still the best man, even though Michael gonna be up there. He just sat down on the couches because it's only like immediate family, just everybody. And I think that they have her mama on Zoom or video chat or whatever. I saw the laptop. I didn't see it on. But yeah, I think her mama is going to see it like that. Blue is the ring bearer. He went and brought the rings over to Micah. And Charlie is a bridesmaid. And she made her entrance, and then Darla made hers. And y'all, when they showed her getting ready, I got my entire life because I'm a flower girl. I'm a flower type of girl, and like in my hair. And I haven't done that in so long. When I saw the baby's breath that were in her hair, I got my entire life. I like baby's breath. And so I was like, okay then. Like, I've been toying with whether or not I was going to start that back up. And I mean, I'm talking about like recent years again. And I have been doing that literally since I've been in elementary school. Before I ever knew of the greats, long before I ever existed, who had been doing it and putting it in their hair and all that stuff. But yeah, I was like, you better do it with the baby's breath. So she came, and she's walking towards Ralph Angel right now, y'all. Ralph Angel looked like he has lost his breath. I'm like, y'all better do it. Listen here, these nuptials, honey, I am here for all of it. Ralph Angel done told her, you are my sun and my moon. And he over here talking about the first time I met you, I knew I wasn't going to be able to live without you. She telling him, I love you. I need you. The first time you held my hand, it was a strong but gentle love. It was a strong and gentle touch. Y'all better do all of this. All of this. And so, you know, the pastor wanted to know who was giving her away. And Violet was given the task of making sure that the mama could be seen so that she could say that she was the one who giving her away via Zoom, video chat, or however they do it. But I'm so here for this wedding, honey. They have exchanged the nuptials, and I ain't heard nobody say this at all or how long. That's how I know this is a real Southern wedding. The pastor said, I now pronounce you his and hers. Come on now. Come on now. I'm so here for this, y'all. I am so happy. Y'all would think I was a part of the wedding, the one who got married in the wedding or something. But yeah, I'm here for this. Child, they moving on to the garter, the little thing that you got to take up off the woman's thigh and things. They doing all of that. They kissing. Charlie was like, say something for tonight, y'all. Ralph Angel like, oh, there's more where that came from. They are doing I'm here for it. Then they had the classic song playing. When I'm with you. Y'all know that song? It's for real what I feel when I'm with you. I'm here for all of this, y'all. And now they got a Zydeco. Y'all gonna stop. Y'all are gonna stop. They got a Zydeco song playing. If you don't know about Zydeco, how dare you? If you don't know nothing about Zydeco music and you want to get started, go ahead and listen to TK Soul Zydeco Bounce and get your life to that at least, so you can at least get your foot in the door. Because I live for Zydeco music. I'll be here for it. They got the Zydeco play. Okay, let me stop. I'm sorry. Y'all, so Darla's mama is still on the little Zoom video chat situation while Violet is in the kitchen putting the finishing touches on the cake that she had to make last minute. People don't understand. You coming out of nowhere last minute, all right now. I think that cake is Lemon cake, y'all, a lot of people don't like lemon cake. Whether it's just a lemon pound cake with no icing on it, or a lemon cake that tastes like lemon through and through, or it's a vanilla cake with lemon icing. I don't know what is going on, but that cake look good. And I love lemon cake. And I actually have not had cake in I don't know how long, any sweets and stuff like that in a long time. But anyway, I haven't baked in over a year, y'all. I got to get back to baking for other people, not for me. But anyway, so she on the little video chat talking to Darla's mama, and then of course I was wondering if she was gonna be herself on Darla's wedding day, and she was. And so, you know, we're talking about how smart Blue is. This heifer gonna bring up, oh well, I'm thinking about reaching out to some of my friends to get him into a school that's somewhere else. So she was like, okay, so where are you thinking? This heifer said Washington D.C. Girl, if you don't get, anyway, she doing the most. Bluta came in, and as usual, she has to do everything to keep his hands out, cakes and everything else. And so she ended up having to hang up on this heifer so she could continue to enjoy the day. So anyway, they out there still partaking in the festivities. Hollywood has given a speech as if he is still the best man, which he is. That speech was wonderful. And, you know, of course, he wished them happiness, love, and all the other stuff. Find that, you know, you found someone who you can come home to and share your world with. You're going through ups and downs, they'll be there. The speech was awesome. So he did his speech. Nova and Calvin are talking, and Calvin wants to know if she sees a future with him, because he does not want to start dreaming about being married to her if she don't want the same thing. And so y'all already know that, like, almost every episode since they've really made everything official, it's been, you know, hard for Nova to come to grips with how racist people are and how people are going to continuously try their relationship. So, you know, he don't mind setting it off. He done set it off even before the divorce decree was put in place over Nova. So I'm just saying, he ain't got no problem fighting for their love. But she over here like, you know, is this something that I'm willing to deal with for the rest of my life? And so, you know, she's warming up to the idea. I actually wondered before this episode even aired, would he be bold enough to come to these folks' wedding and propose to her? And, you know, I'm not done with the episode, but so far he ain't did it. So I'm like, okay, don't be trying to upstage them at their wedding. Nah, don't do it. I understand love is all around and it makes people want to jump and do things, but don't do it. So yeah, everybody's enjoying the cake. They done cut the cake, and Ralph Angel got a piece in his hand. She got a piece of her hand. And Charlie was like, Ralph Angel, be careful with that cake now. And so he over here talking to Charlie. She done put the cake all in this man's beard, all on his forehead and some bow. And I'm like, boy, don't you dare. So she went on ahead and put it all in Blue's face. And so they took a picture. It was so cute of them with a cake on them and all that. And Darla was looking beautiful in the middle. Y'all, I am here for all of this. It is amazing. So after the festivities had been winding down, it's dark outside now. Nova has actually gone to her mother's grave and had a little talk with her, and was saying that she could feel that she was there the entire time, and that hopefully she will continue to be with her as she navigates through life and love. And she placed some flowers on her grave. Y'all, we down to the end of the episode, and everybody is just partying away. Hollywood and Violet are talking to one another, and he said that, you know, we got each other. You the only thing I got left. You the only thing I need. She said, you the only thing I ever wanted. You the only thing I want. And said it all. I'm like, y'all better do all of that. But y'all, everybody dancing and getting their life. And of course, y'all know what song playing. You make me happy. This you can play. You stood right beside me. Y'all, I be getting my life. He used to come to Alabama State. Frankie Beverly and Mays used to come to Alabama State University all the time, like every single year for the Magic City Classic and or Turkey Day. Turkey Day Classic. My bad. Set it off every time for that weekend. Oh my gosh, and I'm so mad I never saw it. I'm just so mad about all that. But yeah. Before I let you go, me stop, y'all. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Get down in the comment section. Let's talk about this. Bye.